This is part 2, continued Lorraine alternative homesteading. I want to show you somebody tried to break into my house. It must have been last night. This is new, folks. Look at this. There was a mark over here, too. I tried to clean up. It was something greasy. Maybe to help them slide in here a little easier. Right, folks? And then over here, look at that. Look at that scrape, folks. Boy, they're really on me, huh? Poor little wieners. And I want to continue what I was saying. That in Manalapan, New Jersey, when I was driving, when I was walking on my porch, my new criminal neighbors who had been harassing me for, months, reported me to the police for walking on my driveway, and they concocted a story that I cursed at her with her infant child in the car. Now, first of all, there was no infant child in the car. She actually walked out from her front door to stage opening up the hatchback of her SUV. I don't know, folks. Maybe I should have reported her for child abuse if she had an infant stashed in her trunk. But nevertheless, she reported me to the Manalapan Police Department, who then showed up on my driveway. I tried to record them on my digital recorder. They wiped it clean and drained the new batteries and deleted my camera footage of my porch. Refused my evidence of them harassing me and the damage to my property. It's very similar. This is targeting. These are Stasi techniques. So it started in Manalapan, New Jersey, in a house that I lived in for 30 years as original owner. And then I moved to rural Kentucky here. And it continued with my neighbor. And that neighbor, the horn-honking, loud-mouthed wife of Ski Mask, that video that I posted is the first time I've met her. That was in July 26, 2020, and I moved here in May of 2019. So when she talks about not being neighborly, this is all a projection, folks. I never met the woman before. She never came over and baked cookies for me. She never introduced herself to me. The first time I saw her was when she was posting no trespassing signs on my property across the street, right there. That is my third gate, folks. The first gate was stolen. The second gate was torn down. And the third gate I posted and is still up there. But they put bullet holes through my no trespassing sign. But I wanted to say also that my neighbor, the woman, the horn-honking, screaming blonde, wife of the ski mask criminal, drove to my witness's house 40 minutes from here and left a threatening letter in his mailbox. And the threatening letter had the exact wording taken from the stationery of the county prosecutor, Ross Murray's office. The same statement that my witness filled out and that I completed. The same wording. So she either stole, plagiarized the wording, or the county prosecutor told her to use that wording. And she drove and left it in his mailbox. How do we know? She used very similar wording that she has posted on the no trespassing signs. I'm going to go in here because these birds are too loud. She used the exact same wording. I'm in the cat's building. Hi, guys. She used the exact same wording and the same signature. Like if you do signature analysis, the same signature, the same writing, handwriting, that she utilized not only on her front door that my process server photographed when she refused refused notification, the same signature that was on all those no trespassing signs that she left on my property, And then the threatening letter that she wrote to my witness. His name was Johnny. I won't post his real name here. But I do have a copy of his letter. I have posted it elsewhere. I have posted on a previous video, probably a couple of months ago, in a thumbnail, the threatening letter that she wrote to him. I presented this threatening letter in court, along with the witness beside me. The witness was with me and testified, and they ignored all of my claims. They didn't charge them with anything, even though he was threatened with a loaded weapon. My neighbor carries, maybe he has an open carry, he carries a loaded weapon with him everywhere. And he was carrying it with him and demonstrated it to my witness on the day that he tore out my gate with his green John Deere tractor. So this is a little bit more of the history, folks. And also, I took both of these people to court individually because they performed individual tasks, individual crimes. But it should have been as a family. So when I went to court, the night before I went to court with Mary, the blonde, a big mouth, Ross Murray, the county lawyer, met her in the morning around 10 a.m. on my property, both trespassed my property across the street, to get her side of the story. But he never called me over there. He never asked me if he could walk on my property. He never asked me to join them. He took sides. It was conspiracy against rights, folks. That is Title 18, Section 241 and 242. Conspiracy against rights. He is a public official. He should be unbiased, and he absolutely took sides, refused to prosecute or even write up the incident for the judge. He backed out of even writing up the incident for the judge to view. And of course, the judge, even with all of my evidence, I even provided him with stalking statistics by neighbors. I provided him with the videos and photos, and my witness was with me present and provided testimony that my neighbor took out a weapon and threatened him to not come closer. And also, part of my video is missing. The criminals deleted the first 3 to 4 minutes of my video where I'm walking from my front door and see what's going on. I didn't know what was going on. And my witness's 15-year-old son was present, and I had him on video. I guarantee they removed that for that purpose. There was another witness, a 15-year-old boy, the son of my witness. He saw the whole thing. He saw his father getting threatened. And they removed that portion from my video, folks. So Ross Murray, the county prosecutor, and yes, to answer your question, I did contact the Attorney General's office. I sent them multiple emails through their website. I also sent his assistant a letter via email. I received no responses, nothing. Are they being intercepted? Possibly. Did they ever get there? Possibly not. Do I have to compile another letter with evidence? Yes, I do. It's very tedious and time-consuming, folks. I sent one to the Attorney General's Office Criminal Division of New Jersey, 61 pages with documented evidence, and they sent it back to the prosecutor's office, who sent it to the sheriff's department, who sent it back to the Manalapan Police Department, the perpetrators, to perform their own internal investigation, to find themselves not guilty, and my claims to be unfounded with all of my evidence. So this is what I am dealing with here, folks. And yes, I'm going to continue posting videos and continue documenting it. And yes, I do have to file another formal complaint. But this is what I'm going through here. I filed a really good complaint with the local judge. I had tabbed evidence, tabbed documentation. I sent him a packet with colored, tabbed evidence. And nothing was done. Nothing. The local sheriff here, Paul Hayes, he's retiring. He'll be gone in January. Maybe he'll just be a gang stalker at that point instead of overseeing it, right? Because that's what retired law enforcement does. They collect their pension, and then they got to do their off-the-books work, stalking innocent people for profit. And you wonder why this country is going down the tubes? Our country has sold out to these people. And these people have sold our freedom out for a gift card or a little extra money or because somebody threatens them or their family. Well, guess what, folks? Sometimes threats are just threats. They're intimidation tactics to get you to comply. Right? It depends on how important you are. Or how much money you're making for them, or what you know. I guarantee somebody like a sheriff knows a hell of a lot. Especially in a small town like this, he probably knows every criminal. He probably knows every wife. He knows every husband. He probably knows everything about them. And don't forget, you got to remember that some of his own law enforcement do the dirty. One of them was arrested. I think he's got paid leave for beating up his wife and taking her mattress out and burning it out in the yard and, domestic violence stuff. Who has mental health issues? Me? Or somebody like that? Who has mental health issues? Who belongs in an insane asylum? My horn honking, neighbor trespassing, neighbor wearing a ski mask and threatening somebody with a weapon? Those are the real domestic terrorists, folks. Regular people like you and I, we just want to live our lives peacefully. And we're the threat? We are the threat. The only reason we are a threat is because we want freedom. We know what this country was like before these criminals took over. And these guys, say hello. You want to say hello? Say hi. Say hi. Say hello. They're only supposed to be doing this when there are criminals on the property, but they could actually be alerting me that there is somebody on the property. I just can't see them because they use cloaking devices. They will render themselves invisible to me, but the animals know. They're smart. They know what's going on. So that's the rest of the story, folks. That is what I've been dealing with here for the last 3 years, and that there is no compliance by the sheriff's department. They don't help at all. The sheriff did come over here recently and took a report when I complained about more vandalism and theft, and he actually took like a real report. But I've got to get a copy of that report because there's a lot of money involved in theft and damage here. But I hope everybody's doing okay. Welcome to my targeted world, folks. I try to live my life, too. You see, I've got other things to do. But I think it's really important for us to document these atrocities. And not just for our generation, but for future generations, folks. Signing off for now.